So anyone who's followed my channel for any length of time knows that I'm a big fanboy for the Nintendo 64. Grew up with the console. Got a whole bunch of games that I love. So I thought it might be kind of fun to do a follow-up video and answer the question of which 5 games for the Nintendo 64 made me a gamer. A follow-up to my Super Nintendo video. Are you ready? Let's go.
What's going on YouTube? My name's Alex, this is Acid Cheese Gaming, and welcome to the top N64 games that made me a gamer. A follow-up to my Super Nintendo series, where I went over 5 games that made me a gamer. This isn't necessarily a top 5 list, or a top 10 list. If you're interested in that, I may do a follow-up video for that. Now, before we begin, I need to give an honorable mention to 2 N64 games. The first one being Mortal Kombat Trilogy and Mario Kart 64. Mortal Kombat Trilogy was the first N64 game that I ever played because a friend of mine was kind enough to let me borrow it until I eventually ended up getting my own copy. And while I didn't have Mario Kart 64 as a kid, oddly enough, I don't quite know why, I did manage to play it every single time I spent the night at a friend's house. And I have many fond memories of going over at his house in the evening and staying the night and us just playing through the GP together or doing battle modes and everything else. And besides that, the whole entire Mario Kart series is just absolutely fantastic series that's still continuing on to this day. If you want to see more gameplay of Mortal Kombat Trilogy, please go check out my Mortal Monday series, and let's get on with the rest of the list. Number 5. Super Smash Bros. I remember the first time that I saw the ad for this game. Donkey Kong fighting Mario, fighting Samus and Link. It just, the music in this game and the ad, oh my god, I was blown away from it just right out of the gate. What an absolutely fantastic game. When it comes to multiplayer games, this one definitely has to be up there for best N64 multiplayer game. You know, is it better than Mario Party? I don't know, but I had a blast on this one for the original Nintendo 64, and while it may be, you know, lacking compared to some of the newer Smash Bros. Games, it's definitely still a ton of fun, and one that I enjoyed to this very day. As soon as I saw the ad for this one, I knew I had to have it in my collection, and man, I played the hell out of it as a kid. And while Smash Melee may be my preferred compared to this one, I still enjoy it from time to time. That's why it's number 5.
Introducing Super Smash Brothers, where all your favorite characters go toe-to-toe in one 4-player star-studded slime fest on Nintendo 64.
Number 4. Mario 64. If there's one game on this list more so than any other that might have single-handedly helped me get through middle school and everything else, which I absolutely hated, it was probably Mario 64. For a while there, Mario 64, one other friend, and my cat were pretty much all the friends that I had. But I did manage to get through it. And after I did or didn't do my homework in middle school, I would pretty much come home and play Mario 64, every single night. And I mean, honestly, this game doesn't need, any introduction. It's an absolutely fantastic game. Really put, 3D platforming on the map. This camera still always just gives me headaches and issues. And oh my god, don't even get me started about Tick-Tock Clock, Rainbow Ride. Those levels are just downright brutal. But definitely showed me how good of a 3D platformer and how awesome Mario could move on to the next generation. So for that reason, it's number 4. Number 3, Extreme G. Any longtime viewers of this channel are going to know just how much I love and adore this racing game. Of all the racing games on the Nintendo 64, Extreme G is by far my favorite. Always has been, and there's a solid chance it may always will be. Even when I was growing up with my best friend, he was always partial to Diddy Kong Racing. But you know what? I always preferred Extreme G. The absolutely fantastic soundtrack, crazy art style, whole cast of these crazy bikes in this futuristic racing style. And while unfortunately I feel like the second one was a drastic step down, the first one will always have a special place in my heart. It's a racing game that I popped in and played, time and time again, no matter what. That Super Volcano course is still the bane of my existence. Oh my god, that course is so hard. But whether you're just flying through in time trials, testing your luck in the, shoot everything that moves stage, or just get lost in this amazing soundtrack and just flying down the track, this one's always had a special place in my heart. How little I knew when I originally picked this game up and added it to the collection, how much I would cherish it and enjoy it still to this day. So number 3, my favorite racing game for the Nintendo 64, and the third game that made me a gamer. Number 2, Major League Baseball featuring Ken Griffey Jr. My friend and I just absolutely love and adore this game. If there's any single game that he and I have played together more so than any other game on this list, it's Major League Baseball featuring Ken Griffey Jr. I mean, I can't count the number of afternoons and evenings that we just plow through a bunch of games on my season, or a bunch of games on his season, just playing game after game. Ken Cloud and Cookie are still the bane of my existence. Oh my god, both of those pitchers are so hard. I'll share a quick story with you guys real fast. I remember one time we were in the postseason. I believe we were on my season in Griffey, and we got stuck facing this pitcher called Cloud. Forgive me, I'm blanking on his first name at the moment. And we must have tried like 4 or 5 different times to beat this guy, and no matter what we did, we just could not beat him. We'd get to the 9th inning, we'd be losing, we reset the game, do it again, and then we finally just gave up and said hell with it. But man, just maybe for me, it's just all that special time. I was a huge fanboy of baseball back when I was a kid. So, just solid pick up and play baseball game. And if you don't have this game, I highly recommend it. Well, it's well worth playing today. And honestly, it's one that I still, enjoy popping in and playing a couple rounds of, or when my best friend comes into town, we usually have to fire up a couple rounds of Griffey. You guys might be asking, geez, how the heck do you and your friend play this game couch co-op style? Well, it's quite easy. Each inning, one of us, after a full complete frame of an inning, we pass the controller back and forth. And actually a fun little thing we also do when we're playing this game together, we each take dibs. We'll go into the lineup and we'll say, okay. So say, for instance, he was sitting right next to me, and we were about to play this, and I was starting. I would probably say, okay, I'll take dibs on Sandy Alomar Jr., and if I were to take any guess on my best friend, he'd probably take either Tommy or maybe Bell. Number 1, Star Fox 64. I remember how blown away I was when I saw this game was being announced for the Nintendo 64, and I begged and pleaded with my mom to get me a Nintendo 64. And she finally agreed, but she came up with a compromise. She said if I could come up with half of the money for the console, she would come up with the other half. So I did chores, and I scrounged, and I dug through couches, and I dug through all my in-laws' couches and everything else. And finally I got the money. And then I went to EB Games, and I got my Nintendo 64, and I was ready to get Star Fox 64, and they were sold out of it. Oh, I was so mad. I was just livid. Thankfully, a very nice friend of mine at the time let me borrow Mortal Kombat Trilogy kind of as a consolation prize. At least I had something to play for a little bit. And then finally I did get this game, and oh my god, I just absolutely fell in love. This game, for me at least, is easily top 3 Nintendo 64 game on the console. Maybe number 1, but anyway. It's one that I still have to pop in and play, even still to this day. Still enjoy just plowing through. And I'll say now, I never got to play Expert Mode as a kid, but oh my god, Expert Mode is no joke. Like, you know, one bump and your wings are just toast. Getting the medals in Titania and Zonus are still the veritable bane of my existence. I hate those missions so much. But number 1 game for the Nintendo 64 that made me a gamer, Star Fox 64. The dialogue, the feel, the atmosphere, just shooting everything that moves, plowing away, and oh no, Slippy needs help again! Oh yeah, of course he does. But all in all, I do like the characters and how fleshed out they are in this version. So, that's my list, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed it, and if you want to see kind of a similar style video for the Xbox 360 of games that have kept me gaming all these years later, comment down below. Let me know what surprised you, what didn't surprise you. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time.